Hey, y'all. Happy Thursday. Welcome into the building. Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome into the building. It's Trending Topics Thursday, and we got stuff to talk about. The title is called Family Matters. We have a lot of titles like this every now and then, but the title is called Family Matters. We got this judge. Imagine being a judge. I'm talking a real life judge, not a judge you play the judge on TV. I'm talking a real life judge that knows the consequences of a crime. This chick, she got mad at her boyfriend. The boyfriend told her they was living together in his house. The boyfriend told her, you know what, I'm done, it's over. Well, she didn't take that well at all, literally. She had a pow-pow, and she pow-powed him while he was asleep. He woke up screaming, saying he couldn't see, saying his head hurt. He didn't even know he was pow-pow. 911 was called. She called them, and they came, and he was saying, help me, save me, save me, save me. He didn't even know he was pow-powed in the head. And it was only them two in the house. And she tried to act like she didn't know who did it either. But they said the residue was on her hands. And he couldn't say who did it to him because he was asleep when it happened. Now listen, I ain't trying to tell nobody how to live their life. But if you are living with someone and y'all are not married and you no longer want to be with them, it would be some good advice to not be sleeping in the bed with them no more. Change the locks. Put their bags outside the door. Now he's blind in one eye and the judge is going to jail. But you know what my problem is with her? My problem with people? Listen, when people have a track record, if you don't learn nothing from the diva, the track record matters. Her ex-husband, they got into an altercation and she pow-powed him in the private area. And she got away with that because they claimed it was all self-defense. But if you trigger happy, I'm good. I don't want nothing to do with you. Now, instead of leaving this man, now she's going to jail for the rest of her life. She's stupid. And she's lucky the man stayed alive. Thank you. I'm trying back there with my baby, my prayer plan. She hanging in there. Thank you, Andy B. But yeah. Can you imagine? A judge. Now you about to do the rest of your life in jail because you didn't want to leave a man that no longer wanted you. Stupid. We're going to talk about this Tyreek Hill drama. His estranged wife mother called 911. Saying that, you know, that something was going on. This wasn't right, what was going on in the house between them two. Now, your football fans, y'all going to get mad at me. But I got to tell the truth. I don't think nobody's body is meant to be hit and knocked up over and over and over again. I just, it's the most barbaric sport, or one of them, known to mankind. Boxing is another one. A lot of these boxers and these football players, they get the CTE. They have problems with anger management and all of that. This is not good. He's only 23. And her mother, his mother-in-law, said he got anger management issues. He got babies. Him and the wife was literally only married 2.2 seconds. And now she's stuck with this dude in her life the rest of her life because she got his baby. But the problem I have with her is he had a track record that was nasty before her. I never heard of him putting his hands on nobody, but I know he got more. He got baby after baby after baby, and he's young. I'm sorry. I don't care how much money you have. Elon Musk, he's another one. He got kids galore. I don't care how much money you have. If you got all these baby mamas and all these babies, I don't want my kid to be baby number 22. I just don't. Call me crazy. And I don't want you sticking it in me because obviously you like to stick and move because you got all of these baby mamas. Now, I was never that good at math, but I can do simple math, and 1 and 1 does equal 2. If you did it to her, my conclusion is that you will most likely probably do the same thing to me. Unless you went to some extensive counseling. But if you didn't, her fate may be my fate. So I'm going to go down road B. I'm going to take a different chance because that chance over there, I see what it looks like and I don't like it. She knew he had baby mamas before she married him. And now look, she's headed for divorce. And she's going to essentially be a single mother. Because she was complaining while she was married with him. That's what their argument was about, is that he don't pay enough attention to the baby. If he didn't pay enough attention to the baby and y'all was living in the same house together, what you think he going to do when y'all not? When these people wake up and smell the coffee, so to speak, or read the memo that was sent out over and over again, maybe they'll have a better life and they'll get it. Does anybody want to work for their money anymore? They don't. They want a meal ticket. He's a football player, promising career, big contract. That's who I'm going to marry and have a baby with. And they turn out to be cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Then our last story, we got Toni Braxton. You know, let me say this. There's a lot, listen, all families go through stuff. But I like knowing about the Braxtons before I got to really know them on their 2 reality shows. You know how you have your vision in your head about when you see your favorite groups that you love? Love Toni Braxton. I think she's absolutely gorgeous. But when I seen her on the reality show, I was like, When I seen all of them on reality show, I'm like, And I get it. Wanted to keep your relationship out of the public eye because the public, once they're in your business, it gets messy. They want to tell you what to do and not to do with your relationship and who you should and shouldn't be with. In Toni Braxton's and Birdman's case, those are definitely opposites attract. If I had to pick out anybody in the entertainment industry that Toni Braxton could possibly end up being with, I would have never picked Birdman. But she did, and it's her business because she got to love who she loved. Now, they saying that those two got secretly married last August on the 8th. And 2 days later on the 10th, 48 hours later on the 10th, she decided, this ain't what I want. And I sat there and I said to myself, You married him on the 8th. 48 hours later, you like, I can't do this. The people play too much. If you married him on the 8th and 48 hours later, you like, I can't do this. And 2 weeks later, you filed for divorce. You knew you should have never married that man in the first place. So what was you thinking? But then on the 25th, January 2025, they decided they liked the twos. She separated from him 2 days after she married him. 2 weeks later, she filed for divorce. And now in 2025, January, she decides, you know what? Both of them decided together that they're going to call off the divorce. I wish them all the best. I don't know why they felt the need to hide it. If you married, you married. Do what you do. Stand on your own ground. Put them on a reality show with you. Y'all need the ratings. You need the money. But why are you hiding it? If you're going to do reality TV, let's keep it 100. Keep it real. Put them on the show, Toni. Let the people know you married. What's the big deal? But listen, a lot of us sometimes we just don't pick the right mates. And it seemed like the Braxton sisters is probably no different than many of us. They just be picking people crazy. But listen, guys, y'all know what time it is, and y'all know what I need in the chat. I need a what? I need a choo-choo. Hold aboard, everybody. It is Thursday night trending topics, and we got stuff to talk about. The title is called Family Matters. We got Sonia McKnight, the judge that's going to jail. And they had to ship her off to a different town, I believe, because they didn't want to put her in jail in the town that she is from and committed the crime, because they knew it would be bad because a lot of the people she sent to jail was there. A crooked, messed up judge. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. We got the Tyreek Hill drama and we got Toni Braxton. Let me bring the people on in the building. Hey, Julius.
Hey y'all, hit the like button.
Hey, Wayne. Hey, Katrina.
Hey, dear.
Hey, Leo.
Listen. Hey, Diva.
Hey, nice to see you. Listen, guys.
Nice to see y'all.
Yeah, we're going to get right into this story. Let's get into this judge situation. I'm in shock. People are crazy. Let me tell you something. It hurts when you have a breakup. Whether you was just boyfriend, girlfriend, boyfriend, you was married, not married, just living together, whatever it is you're doing. When you break up, it is hard. But let me tell you this too shall pass. You will survive. The sun will come out tomorrow. Just hold on. But it ain't no need to try to take nobody out because they told you they don't want you no more. Because at the end of the day, no matter what the situation is, the minute you try to take revenge on somebody else, that negativity falls back on you. She tried to take this man's life, and now she's going to go to jail for life. Yeah, big dummy. Let me share a screen. Hold on one second.
James Cromwell, that breaking news. Dauphin County Judge Sonya McKnight found guilty of attempted murder. A jury handing down that verdict moments ago. Seth Kaplan live at the Dauphin County Courthouse with the latest. Good afternoon, Seth.
Good afternoon to you, James. Yeah, the case went to the jury 9:30 this morning. Didn't take them long. Shortly after 11, we got word that, in fact, they had reached the verdict. Everybody, as you can imagine, rushed back into the courtroom, and that verdict, as you said, guilty actually on 2 counts. The more significant count, attempted first-degree murder for the night of her boyfriend, Michael McCoy. Just to recap everything, and I'll get to more details. On trial here was suspended Dauphin County Judge Sonya McKnight back in 2019. She was cleared on charges of shooting her estranged husband in Harrisburg. That was found to be in self-defense. This case was about what happened the morning of February 10th, 2024, along Saddle Ridge Drive in Susquehanna Township. Prosecutors say Michael McCoy, who was Sonia McKnight's boyfriend, woke up blind and in a pool of blood. Everyone agrees the relationship had been rocky. Everyone agrees there were only two people in the house when a shot was fired through McCoy's head. Prosecutors say for that and many other reasons, it was clear McKnight shot McCoy, who said he had never had a suicidal thought in his life and pleaded with EMTs and doctors to, quote, save me. McKnight's defense attorney said that was not at all clear. More gunshot residue on McCoy's hand, for example, than on McKnight. The defense alleged, quote, sloppy handling of evidence by Susquehanna Township police, tried to raise lots of other doubts, but back live, James, not enough in the jury's mind to reach that standard of reasonable doubt that would have caused them to find, for the defense, to find Sonia McKnight not guilty. It was a jury of 6 men and 6 women from Delaware County. We're here in Dauphin County, but almost everybody involved in the case other than Sonia McKnight and Michael McCoy was from outside the county. The DA from Cumberland County, Sean McCormack, the jury from Delaware County, a judge from Lancaster County, all brought in to try to give as much of a fair shot at everybody as possible. When you're talking about a suspended judge who was on trial here, keep in mind, James, the jury did not know that she was a suspended judge. The jury did not know about that previous case that she had allegedly shot, although found to be in self-defense, her former husband. So they were working with less information than some of the rest of us knew going into this case, and yet they felt they had enough information to find her guilty. Bail has now been raised to $3 million. She was immediately put into handcuffs, being taken to Dauphin County Jail.
Seth, you were inside the courtroom when this verdict was read. Can you talk a little bit about what the demeanor was like inside? Did she have a reaction? Did the courtroom have a reaction to this verdict?
The judge and sheriffs had pleaded with everybody inside. They said, everybody had behaved essentially very well for the whole 2-day trial. And then coming into this third morning this morning, they said, please, let's keep that going. And in fact, that is what happened. There were all kinds of emotions from both sides. I mean, if you looked at people's eyes, you could feel the tension. But in terms of any loud, emotive reactions, none at all. They did all comply with those pleas to remain quiet. And Sonia McKnight herself stood up and placed in handcuffs. And her attorney continued to talk to her about what happened next. He did ask the judge for leniency in terms of, and in fact, here we have DA Sean McCormack walking out. So if you bear with me here for just a minute, James, we can hear from the district attorney. Cumberland County. Your reaction?
Obviously, we're pleased. It's been a long road to get to this point. I was just talking with the family. The family is very, very pleased with the outcome. We're very thankful to the jury that we had from Delaware County that traveled here and had to sacrifice away from home for the past 3 days. We're very thankful for the judge. For the way that he ran this trial and all of the pre-trial motions and stuff that we dealt with. He was very fair. He was very much straight down the middle with his rulings. I think a lot of this case, a lot of the publicity, even you guys talking to me right now, is because Sonia McKnight is a magisterial district judge here in Dauphin County. And, a lot of the focus has been on her. From our side of the case, our focus has been on Mike McCoy. Mike is the one that was injured. Mike is the one that is really a walking miracle that he's still alive with a bullet that went through his head. And if you heard the doctor, a centimeter off of where that bullet actually went, he would have been dead. So, we are very thankful that the jury heard us and heard Mike in that courtroom, and very pleased with the verdict.
Obviously, no case is perfect. This is one where you had allegations of less than perfect evidence handling by Susquehanna Township Police, for example, called sloppy by the defense. Was there a moment, now that you can tell us this, that you wondered whether they had raised enough doubt to meet that standard of reasonable doubt?
Hey, I never like to jinx myself to say that I think I have a perfect case. So I will tell you, every time I walk into the courtroom, I am nervous, I am anxious, I am worried about everything that occurs in the courtroom. But no, I don't believe at any point in time I felt that there was anything in this case that took the focus away from where we wanted it to be, and that was on Mike McCoy. Things happen. I think in particular about the robe being dropped. The robe really wasn't relevant at all in the course of this trial, and I hope I addressed that during my closing argument.
Sean, when you talk about this case, you did not have that proof, so to speak, that somebody witnessing this happening. Was there concern that you may not be able to convince a jury in that particular regard?
No, I don't think there was ever a concern on our part that we wouldn't be able to convince a jury because there was no eyewitness to the actual crime. I think what I talked about in my closing is using your common sense. That's what I urge the jurors to do. There were two people in that house, and only two people in that house. And one of them, the one who was shot, said he did not shoot himself. The logical conclusion is the other person did it. And I'm glad the jury ultimately saw the truth in that statement, and they found her guilty on all charges here today.
Can you give us any indication how the McCoy family is feeling at this moment?
Relieved. I've been doing this for a while, and I'll tell you, as I'm waiting for the verdict, I'm very nervous. I'm pacing around. It's a stressful time. They are certainly very much relieved that they're finally getting some justice here. The justice system does not move very fast. It took over a year to get to this point in time. Mike still has a lot of healing to do. He still has, when you look at him, it doesn't look like he's dealing with anything, but really physically he's permanently impaired, and I'm sure mentally he's dealing with very, very serious issues.
Do you think it says anything that a district judge was not above the law?
Well, as a prosecutor, I have prosecuted so many different professions, police officers, now a district judge. I don't think anybody should be above the law. I think the law should be applied evenly and equally across the board. And that's the way that I've always proceeded with any cases that I've been involved with. And that's how I intend to continue.
Where does this one rank among cases? You coming over to this county to prosecute because of all the dynamics, because of her notoriety? You've prosecuted a lot of cases. Where does this one fit in with them?
I enjoyed my time coming back here to Dauphin County. I worked here for 30 years before I went across the river. I live in Cumberland County and had an opportunity to become district attorney. I love the Cumberland County District Attorney's Office. It was nice coming back here to visit, but I don't plan on quitting my day job. I'm going back across to Cumberland County. You saw I have a fantastic staff over there. You saw my first assistant district attorney, Courtney Hare LaRue, do an excellent job, really just dismantling the defense expert in this case. And that's the kind of staff that I have over there and the quality of work that I expect as district attorney, and I'm sure the citizens of Cumberland County expect.
And forgive me if you've already addressed this. I mean, the jury was only deliberating for less than 2 hours. I mean, what do you think that says about, your work in this case, the case that you had, and how often, is that common to see less than 2 hours pretty quick?
Well, as the person arguing to them that she's guilty, anything more than 5 minutes makes me nervous. Actually, in my experience, the amount of time that this took was actually pretty much an average amount of time. And it really shows that the jurors were paying attention. They were paying attention, and they took this job seriously. They didn't just have a knee-jerk reaction, go fill out the form and come downstairs. They gave it some thought, and we really appreciate all the work that this jury did in this case. Okay? Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about the process in which who determined what county the jurors were coming out of for this case?
The Supreme Court of Pennsylvania determines which county where the jury came from.
Okay, and do we know if they look at the makeup as far as what's located in that county versus Harrisburg County?
I don't know 100%, but my understanding has always been they try to find a county of similar size and similar dynamic or similar makeup.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Sean.
Okay, thank you.
Appreciate it. Congrats.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
All right, you have been listening there to that breaking news. That was Cumberland County District Attorney Sean McCormack speaking about the guilty verdict in the case of Dauphin County Judge Sonya McKnight found guilty of attempted murder. Of course, we'll continue to follow the latest developments in this story. We'll bring you much more and a complete report coming up tonight, beginning on ABC 27 News.
She tried to take his life just because he no longer wanted her. Unbelievable. Let me share screen again. So Pennsylvania Judge Sonya McKnight convicted of shooting sleeping boyfriend in the head. A Pennsylvania judge accused of shooting her ex-boyfriend in the head while he slept may spend decades behind bars, as she was convicted of attempted homicide and aggravated assault charges on Wednesday. After 2 hours of deliberations, a jury convicted Sonia McKnight, a magistrate judge in Dauphin County, on both charges she faced: 1 count of attempted murder and 1 count of aggravated assault. McKnight, 58, who has held the elected role since 2016, was taken away in handcuffs after the trial judge rejected a defense request that she be released. She was taken outside the county for incarceration because she sent many defendants to the county that she served in during her 9 years on the bench. That's her. Just dumb. The shooting unfolded in February 2024 after McKnight's then boyfriend, Michael McCoy, 54, attempted to end their 1-year relationship and asked her to move out of his home. McKnight allegedly agreed to go, but later that evening, McCoy was awoken by massive head pain and was blind. During the trial, he testified that he couldn't see after the shooting, but that McKnight was the only other person home at the time. Police said that McKnight called 911 and that during the call, she could not explain what happened and stated that she was sleeping and heard him screaming. Emergency responders rushed to McCoy to the hospital, where they found a gunshot wound to the right temple that exited his left temple. Authorities said the extent of the damage left McCoy blind in his right eye. A gun registered to McKnight was also found at the scene, and she was found to have gunshot residue on her hands only an hour after the powwowing. Both McCoy and McKnight told police they were the only ones home at the time of the shooting, and McCoy told police he did not shoot himself. McKnight had a previous altercation with her estranged husband, Enoch McKnight, in 2019, during which she shot him in the groin after asking him to help her move furniture. The couple married in 2014, but had filed for divorce 2 years later. However, the divorce was still pending at the time of the shooting, which was ruled to be self-defense as the pair were in the midst of a domestic dispute. For the most recent shooting, she faces up to 60 years in prison. She is set to be sentenced on May 28. Whew, good God. And that judge said take her right to jail. She was not going to be free while she was awaiting her sentencing, unless she had $3 million to post on that bond. Julius, your thoughts?
When someone doesn't want you, you do yourself a good cry, you pray about it, and you move on. That does not dictate to you that you are able to unalive somebody. Now, by the grace of God, that person is still here. By the grace of God. However, I want to say this. With her being crazy and all of that, she helped prove the point that she is a crazy woman by doing this. Now, I know it was self-defense, yada, yada, yada. But you were a judge, ma'am. I don't care about your ex-partner right now. You were a judge. You have to hold yourself to a high esteem, a great grotesque standard. And you have to mind your cues at all time. But you chose to act a fool over some sausage. I'm keeping it PG. It ain't worth it. And now look at you. Your freedom is gone over some sausage. Over some sausage. Girl, good luck. Find the Lord. Talk to the Lord. But you did it, and now you got to do the time.
Thanks, Julius. Eugene, she was a judge. Wow, it sounds like she had a lot of mental health issues judging other lives. Eugene, I will agree with you. And it also there's a whole lot of other things she did during her 9 years on the bench too. In that particular county. She got caught with a lot of stuff. I do believe she had a whole lot of mental issues. You pow the ex-husband in the groin area. This man asked you to leave while he's sleeping. You pow him in the head. She was a hot stinking mess. And now she better hope that the county they do send her to lock her up, that there's no one there that she put away. In my opinion, your thoughts?
I don't think this is a mental case. I really don't. I think this lady felt like she had the authority because she was a judge. I seriously think she thought she was never gonna be found guilty or nothing. She got away with it one time. What's another time? And the fact that she thought she was gonna be able to tell these folks, I don't know what happened to him. I woke up to him screaming. She thought that was a good defense. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't think this was mental. I think she knew exactly what she was doing. And she felt like she was gonna get away with this again. And they told her, no, not this time, lady. You know, it's something wrong with these people. It's really something wrong with these people. But I'm starting to think it's not all mental.
Thanks. In my opinion, Leo, your thoughts?
Yeah, I kind of think too that it's not all she I mean, she do got a screw loose now. I'm serious about that, but I do think she got away with it before, and she thought she was going. She had hubris. She really thought that she just could tell them people, "Oh, he just woke up screaming," like Opinion said. I think she believed that as well because she's delusional, right? So she really did believe that. But I also think she was driven by because it's these men, right? So whatever went on between her and her ex-husband also put her in the mindset that she had to put her hands on a pow. The girl is delusional. Then this man right here get ready to leave or putting her out or whatever. She gonna get a pow and show him too. You know, so these men driving her crazy too. So she had a whole bunch of problems going on, and she was gonna eventually end up in jail anyway. And y'all remember too now that she's done got convicted, they got to look at all her cases. They got to look at all her cases. People about to be walking the street.
You are correct, because there was another article, I just didn't keep all of them up, where they talked about some things that she did that was shady in the past. It's cooking her ex-husband in the area was enough.
Because you know all of those people that were convicted, now they're gonna be sending in their appeal letters. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would too.
Would too. That's all I got.
Katrina, your thoughts? I'm not hearing you, Katrina. All right. Hello? All right, I'm not hearing Katrina. Wayne, your thoughts?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was thinking the same thing, Leo, because they're gonna say that she was handling those cases with emotions and not with her not by their the standards. And also, honey, if you empower this man and got away with it, well, but maybe she thought she can get away with it again because she is a judge. But the thing of it is, girl, get in your own house. These men have really completed your mind. I mean, you pick the same ones. Seems that way. Get a life. You're a judge. Oh my God, you're a judge. If he told me to get out, okay, I'm out. But people feelings, are not to be played with. And he should have learned from the first man that I can't just say this to his woman and then just go to sleep. No, ma'am. Um, but that's a sad thing. You went from a judge to an inmate. I hope you ain't putting none of them people in jail that you going in there with. Well, she'll be put on a special floor or something like that. But that's just sad. Girl, lady, you was a judge. You just messed up your life over a man that you could have went out and got somebody else. That's crazy. But
Insane.
that's all I got, Diva.
Thank you. Wayne, your thoughts?
Yeah, the sad part about it, she got 60 years, whatever amount of time she got it.
They didn't sentence her yet. Their sentence are May, I think 28.
May, yeah, 28, yeah. Whatever she get, it's not going to be in 20 years. He gonna still be blind. He gonna still be disfigured. 40 years, if she's still around, he's still gonna be blind. He's still gonna be disfigured. This is just the tip of the iceberg. I think this judge, she'd act like a mob boss. I think she know the folks on the street. I think she doing favors. I think she looking out for folks. See how you have this crooked judge? And in the Wendy Williams case, see why I always say everybody in on it? The judge. So I think in times past, she got away with it because she know people in the department. She owes some favors was owed to her. Fix this. And it got fixed a few times. And this one she couldn't fix. Like the lawyer said, he just said, just common sense. 2 people in the house. One was sleeping and got pow-powed. It was just really common sense. So whatever she gets, I hope she don't see the light of day after she's paid her debt to society. However, this man is going to have to suffer the rest of his life.
Thank you, Wayne. Yeah, and then stop moving. I don't care what your age is. Stop moving people in with you so quickly. They was together a year and already living together. No, you can go to your house. I'll go to mine. Even if we spending a whole lot of nights together, I don't give a darn. At the end of the day, you go back to your house and don't have none of your mail come here. Don't be leaving nothing. No.
Tell the people that good word, Diva. Tell the people a good word. That is exactly how I like it.
Yeah. Because then when you told her to get out, I don't know if she still had her place. She lost her mind. But she was also used to handling things a certain way with that pow-pow. And she lucked up, and I think it was influence. And that's why somebody said in the chat, I think it was Sandy Sense. She said they need to go back and look at the case with the ex-husband. She doing too much with that. Well, now she done. She can't do no more. So let me go ahead and roll into the next story. This Tyreek Hill. These men, somebody need to tell them. Like, your whole life is going to be destroyed over some nonsense. He got this career, but if he keep messing around, he not going to have it. And he got kids. Let me go ahead and share screen. Is this it?
We turn now to the new trouble involving NFL star Tyreek Hill. Allegations of a domestic dispute now coming to light in a police report. This morning, Miami Dolphins star wide receiver Tyreek Hill's wife says she is filing for divorce after police say the two were involved in a domestic dispute.
Battery to the daughter. The subject is the husband on scene.
Police in Sunny Isles, Florida, just outside of Miami, responding Monday to a call about an assault in progress.
Subject black male wearing a white tank top.
The police report says Hill's mother-in-law called 911 after Hill threw a laptop during an argument with his wife, Keita, over the couple's 5-month-old baby. Video allegedly recorded during the argument shows Hill holding his young daughter while walking on the balcony of his 35th floor apartment, then looking over the edge. Although both Hill and his wife said the argument never turned physical, police say they noticed a bruise on Keita's chest. She told them the bruise may have been formed unintentionally after Hill took the baby from her. The Dolphins releasing a statement saying, after conversations with Tyreek and members of his family, the police departed the residence without further incident and the case was closed.
When we tell you to do something, you do it. You understand?
Hill made headlines last September, just hours before the Dolphins season opener, when he was forcibly removed from his car by police during a traffic stop.
Keep your window down. I'm going to get you out of the car. Get out. Get out. Get out.
The officer who pulled Hill from the car was later placed on administrative duties, and the traffic citations were dismissed when the officers failed to show up in court. As for Monday's incident, officers say Hill's baby is okay. Hill is not facing charges, but the Dolphins notified the NFL.
Hold on 1 second. Let me share screen again. Tyreek Hill's wife's mom scared, and she's the one that called 911. Let me just see if we're going to get into this. I'll wait to stop spinning there. Tyreek Hill's wife mom dialed 911 on Monday to report the domestic dispute involving the NFL superstar and her daughter. And in the audio of the call, she can be heard telling dispatch she's so scared. Alyssa placed the call at around 2 p.m., according to a Sunny Isles Police Department incident report, after Hill had gotten irritated with his partner, Keita, inside their 35th floor residence over a comment she made about his parenting ability. In the call, which was first obtained by Andy Slater, Alyssa can be heard seemingly, hold on, let's listen.
Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office with the address to emergency.
Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill. It's going crazy.
Is that correct? Yes. Is this a house or an apartment?
Calm down. Yes.
Okay. What's your phone number in case we get disconnected, ma'am? Stop! Ma'am, hello?
Wow. You
What is going on? What's going on?
Tyreek Hill, please.
He
Yes. But he's calling his parents over there to be
Okay, is anyone injured needing fire rescue?
I can't go up there.
Okay, is she injured needing fire rescue?
No. He's screaming at her right now.
Okay, who is he?
He's trying to throw us out and the baby.
Who is she? Who is?
Hurry. His parents are going to come over here.
Okay, stay on the line with me.
I'm scared.
Stay on the line with me. Is he white or black?
He's black. Tyreek Hill. Wait a minute. That's the condo number.
Okay, what color shirt and pants is he wearing?
He's got a white beater on and I think shorts or something.
Okay, does he have any weapons?
No, he's in the house.
Is anybody there diagnosed with any mental illness?
No, probably him. But he's not diagnosed with it.
Stay Stay on the line
And
with
he's
me.
trying to get the baby.
Is you're needing fire rescue?
I don't think so. I'm in the room, locked in the room. I got to come out. They're out there. I don't hear anything right now.
Okay, what's his name?
Tyreek Hill. He's a football player on the Dolphins. I got to go up there. I hear.
Okay, no, ma'am, stay on the line with me. Keep your distance.
But what about?
Okay, stay on the line with me. Did he hit the baby?
No, he tried to get it, and I got in between.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, what's your...
Please do
They're
something.
going, ma'am, as fast as they can, okay? Stay on the line with me.
I'm going to go get her and bring her in the room because they're in the other room. Can I go get?
I'm going to stay on the line with you until the police get...
I'll leave it. Okay, I'll leave it from there. The baby's in there. He's talking about he'll do something to us.
What was that?
He has a baby in there. So he'll kill us with the baby. Oh my God.
What's your name, ma'am?
Are you there?
Okay, just to confirm it. Correct?
I can hear the police coming.
Okay, it's apartment. Correct?
Yes.
What
if he throws her over? What if he throws her over the rail or something? Goes crazy?
Who's gonna?
Because they were high up. I'm scared. Okay.
I understand that we already have up on the way.
Because this is way up high. His parents are coming, and he said that he's going to make his mom and them beat me up. And what am I going to do? What do I do? It's okay. It's okay.
You have the baby?
No, they do. I don't know if he does or she does. In the other room, he got her or she
Okay,
did.
what's the name to the apartment complex?
Okay,
Is there a gate code?
No, you have to come in, and then they let you in. It's like the rich people, and then you have to come up some stairs. I mean, up the elevator into the room.
Okay.
You gotta get.
Okay, just stay on the line with me, ma'am. Just stay on the line. We have the help on the way, okay? Do you still hear anything?
Yeah, she's yelling in the room to her, and I could tell she's trying to calm him down. I don't know what to do. I've been praying. I'm here. I've been here.
Okay.
He just came
We already have the help
going-
coming, ma'am, okay?
Yeah. What are we gonna do? This is awful. Oh well. Oh my God. Let me see if I can hear anything from my. She's just talking.
Do you still hear them?
Yes.
Let me know when the police get there, ma'am.
Wait a minute. No, you did it. You're me. You're me. I am.
Ma'am, don't intervene with him, ma'am.
He has the baby. You're not going to do this. You don't push me. You push me in my video. Yes, you did. You're crazy. And I don't care. Not saying. I don't care. He has the baby. He just gave it back because he knows I'm on the phone with y'all.
Who has the baby?
He had her. He just gave it to someone out there.
Has the baby?
Now he just gave it to her. He's saying I didn't have the right to call the police because of this. No, he just has a history of this. Now they're blaming me for calling the police. They might
It's okay.
try to beat me up.
You did right. You did it. You did. Oh.
His mom's gonna come up here and beat me up.
Nobody's gonna go beat you up, ma'am. Just go ahead and make sure you tell the
You
police
can hear
about
him, man. He's trying to change. Like, so he's like trying to calm it down because he knows y'all are here and he's gonna lose his career over this. I mean, where are y'all? Girl, I'm so scared.
Ma'am, just stay on the line with me. They're going as fast as they can, okay?
Okay, this is awful.
What is going on right now, ma'am?
He's yelling about the baby because I called the police. Now he's trying to call me because he thinks y'all can hear him. He didn't know I had called. I'm not coming out of this room. He's trying to get me to come out the room. He's probably telling. His family's here now. The family's here, and they're saying if there's anybody got any proof, there ain't no proof. They're all here now. The family. Where's the police? His family got here before y'all did.
The police still isn't there, ma'am?
No, his parents
Okay.
are. No, I think the police are here. I'm not coming out. They want me to come. I'm scared. I can hear the police. I'm scared now.
Just stay on the line with me, ma'am.
You said, hold on. You said, I want to throw my baby off the balcony? You said, I want to throw my baby?
I didn't say never throwing that baby. Yo.
Ma'am,
I'm
is
not
that the
going to go
police?
through this. I'm not going through all this. I did. Should I hang up now?
Is the police there?
Yeah, they're all here.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead and talk to the police, okay?
It hurts. No, I'm good.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay. That's not what happened. Okay, it's fine. Hold on. Okay, talk to me. Stay right here.
Ooh. Tyreek's wife mom dialed 911 on Monday to report the domestic dispute involving the NFL superstar and her daughter. And in the audio of the call, she can be heard telling dispatch she's so scared. Alyssa, that's the mom, placed the call at around 2 p.m. According to the Sunny Isles Police Department incident report, after Hill had gotten irritated with his partner, Keita, inside their 35th floor residence over a comment she made about his parenting ability. Now, this is the video where they kept seeing him.
You're looking at exclusive video of Tyreek Hill on the balcony of his Sunny Isles condo Monday as police are responding.
Battery to the daughter. The subject is the husband on scene.
The call goes out. Police race to the Porsche Design building in Sunny Isles Beach on Monday.
Subject is Tyreek Hill.
The mother-in-law of Miami Dolphins star wide receiver Tyreek Hill calls the cops. The call goes out as an assault in progress.
Subject black male wearing a white tank top.
When police get there, they make contact with Hill, his wife Keita Hill, and their child.
I'm ready for it.
They also speak to Tyreek's mother-in-law, Alicia Vaccaro. Let's get right to the police report. Quote, Vaccaro stated that Tyreek is very aggressive and impulsive, and that he has anger issues, and she is afraid for her daughter. And when she saw Tyreek arguing and throwing her daughter's computer to the floor and later grabbing her granddaughter and start walking with her in his arms towards the balcony of their 35th floor residence, she called the police.
Get out! Get out!
Remember last September when he was pulled over by Miami-Dade officers outside Hard Rock Stadium on game day? Those traffic citations were eventually dropped.
Straight out of the police report, Tyreek's wife tells cops that her arguments with Tyreek are becoming more frequent. When she told him he wasn't involved enough with the baby, she says he grabbed the baby, and she's now in the process of filing for divorce.
Oh, she's smart to get out. In the call, which was first obtained by Andy Slater, the mom can be heard seemingly arguing with Hill and Keita before turning her attention towards the dispatcher and saying, "They're blaming me for calling the police." Seconds later, she alleged Hill was trying to calm it down because he knows he's going to lose his career over this. She ultimately appeared to plead with officers to hurry to the Florida home as she asked, "Where are y'all?" "Girl," she continued, "I'm so scared." Police documents state officers arrived a short time after she hit 911, and both Keita and Hill admitted to being in a dispute over a remark Keita had made about Hill not being involved enough in their newborn daughter's life. Both, however, said the argument never turned physical and no arrests were made and no charges were filed. Hill's team, the Miami Dolphins, said Wednesday they were aware of the matter but would not have any further comment on the issue. As they said, police departed the residence without further incident and the case was closed. Keita went on to file for divorce from Tyreek on Tuesday, less than 24 hours after the incident, saying the marriage was irretrievably broken. Hill has not yet publicly commented on the ordeal. Oh my God. Julius, your thoughts?
Good. He deserves to lose everything. Your mother-in-law was scared. Not only for her own safety. Let's be real here. Let's really have that long overdue come to Jesus moment. Not only was she scared for her own safety, she was scared for her legacy safety, and that's her daughter and granddaughter. And he wanted to attempt to save face, and she's like, no, stay away from me. I'm on the phone with the police. And that's when he wanted to try to attempt to save face. Nah, bruh. You want to act big bad and belittle your wife and snatch her up and stuff? Guess what? You can have big bad consequences. Yeah, you deserve to lose it all, chump. It's your own choices as to why you're losing it all. And I hope she stays the road of divorce. I hope she maintains that energy throughout. I hope that this is a wake up call for his soon to be ex wife to maintain the road to divorce, and that she can continue to realize that she deserves someone who's going to worship the floor she walks on and love and show by their actions that they're going to love, protect, and value her daughter as well. He was going to be another deadbeat daddy, but he was heated because it was a blow to his narcissistic, manipulative ego. He was called out on it, which his wife, soon to be ex wife, as long as she stays the course, had every right to do.
Thank you, Julius. In my opinion, your thoughts?
This man has been a terror to every woman he's come in contact with. He puts his hands on them, he impregnates them, and he leaves women broken.
Mm.
I pray that his wife is gonna leave, but they've had this tumultuous relationship for so long, and she's always went back that I have to believe it to see it. I just feel like if she don't get out, the next time it ain't gonna be a phone call.
Ooh.
She better put her baby first instead of the lifestyle, because she wants to live that lifestyle, and she's put up with quite a lot. And baby, the lifestyle ain't worth your life.
Mm.
As far as his career, he's been asking to be traded for a while. Now, I bet you them Dolphins is gonna be too happy to trade his behind off now.
Mm. The lifestyle is not worth your life. You said a word right there, in my opinion. I like that. Leo, your thoughts?
You know, that call was very disturbing. It
Ooh.
was very, very disturbing. And I could tell by the way that mom reacted that she was scared. She has been in that type of relationship before. She was having PTSD. You know, she couldn't breathe. She was hyperventilating. Yeah, she's seen it before. Because no hands was exchanged yet, but she knew what the escalation was. She
Yeah.
knew what the escalation was. And so I seen this Keita on Wags to Riches on Netflix.
Okay.
Wags to Riches Miami.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so So yes, she has been dealing with him in and out, and he got 7 kids. And I think he's always acted a fool, and I think she's always been able to deal with it when she wasn't the wife. I think she knew what she was getting. Okay, she knew what she was getting. So I don't really think that she's gonna actually do it either. I think that it's a strong possibility that he gonna go back to her, and it is amazing. It never ceases to amaze me what these young girls would do just to be in proximity of a man with some money. I do not know why they put themselves, their children, and her mother, right? She films too. And y'all, she's a little teeny thing. She's a broomstick. Look like a kind of little foreign woman. Got some, but she got nerve though. She got nerve. She stood up for her family. She was like, "Oh no,
Didn't
oh
she?
no, this can't happen. This can't happen. Not on my watch."
Phone call. She made that phone call, and she
Yeah,
kept her to come out that room, and she said, "I will not." She ain't come out that room till
yeah,
them cops came.
yeah. And she kept the composure, but you know, when the police came, she started running her mouth. I said, "That's how you do it, girl. Be smart about it. That's how come you live this long." You know what I'm saying? I'ma still get off, but I'ma wait till the police come.
Oh God. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. You ain't never lied. She never did. She knew how.
So
She did
yeah.
that thing the right way. Mm-hmm.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did. That's how you do your smartness. That's how you get your lick in and do it right. And not too much, but just enough. Just enough. And you know, I still go back to what Opinion says. At this time, I think she's gonna go back to him, and if she's making a very dire mistake, but her mama gonna tell her. Her mama gonna tell her, "Girl, you putting your life in danger." But she probably will.
I hope she doesn't, but you might be right. Katrina, your thoughts?
Yes, her mom just made a fool out of herself. And the reason why I say that is because when the cops came, well, his family members came, and she was on the phone. And there's no way that this was the first time that this happened. You called the cops now, but why didn't you call the cops when he did this before? Because this ain't just happened. He just ain't getting volatile with her all of a sudden. This has already been happening. And you call the cops now. So my thing is, I think she's layering the paperwork, the paper trail, so when her daughter do file for a divorce or whatsoever, her daughter will get paid. But by the daughter actions, she's not gonna file anything simply because the reason is when the cops was there and they said it was a bruise, and if she wanted him to go to jail, he could have went to jail. She could have said he caused that bruise. And in Florida law, if they see any bruise on the man or the woman, they're taking them to jail. So her daughter is not going to allow this to happen. And her daughter know exactly what she's getting, what she's got. If this man had these babies by all these other women and treated them the other as that way, oh, because he married you married him. I got the ring, so he's gonna treat me better. He's not gonna treat you better. He's gonna just treat you worse because you was the one that settled down with him. The other ones, I don't know where the kid's at and what he's doing or whatsoever. And the Dolphins not gonna trade him. They're not gonna trade him because he's a star player. If they trade him, I would be totally, totally shocked. You see everything he does to get kicked out. Like when the police pulled him out the car, which they shouldn't have did all that type of stuff. He was being aggressive. But you see the tickets gone, the cops didn't even show up to court. Now the cops come to his house. They say they seen a bruise on the woman. Normally, when they see a bruise on somebody, they take that person in, whether that person want to file charges or not, especially in Florida. So they just left. No charge was filed. Case closed. So basically, if you feeling that afraid, then the mom need to leave the house. I know she don't want to leave the house because her daughter's there, but her daughter's putting herself in that situation. Why should I end up unalive because she wants to be stupid? So my thing is, she really, yeah, she did this, but she really made. I mean, there's not gonna be no peace there. He gonna have in his mind all the time. You tried to get me arrested. There's no way I would be in that house. But we'll see how this plays out. But that's all I got, Diva.
Thank you. Wayne, your thoughts?
I was going to say this. She chose him. She got just what she was asking for. And personally, from listening to the tape, I just I didn't see this like, oh my God, my life is about to be taken. She'd be talking real low, and then she'd get loud. And I didn't see all that. And
The mom called though, not the daughter.
Who was doing all the talking?
The mom. And she was in a room while the two was arguing, her daughter and Tyreek.
Okay, I thought it was the other way around. I thought it was her.
No.
But if that's the case, then I didn't really hear that much going on. It wasn't like they were throwing stuff, you know. It sounds like they were just having a disturbance amongst themselves or whatever. She didn't press any charges. You know, I don't know. I don't understand how these young athletes, I'll say black athletes, young black athletes, get with these women, and it all turns out the same way. Divorce and alimony and child support for the rest of their lives. And it happens over and over and over again. And I hate to say it, I'm not trying to make this a black and white thing, but on the other side, you don't hear that too much about it. I'm sure it happens, but it seems that our young black athletes get caught up in this, that you got to spend this money, you got to have a woman to spend it on. And they all turn out the same way, at least all the ones I've heard of. I'm done.
Tay, your thoughts?
If I was the wife, I will leave the first time. I ain't going back there no more. Because you can't chase the man. He gonna stay where he was. He gonna stay in the streets. He's not a man. He's just a little boy in a grown man body. Don't know how to treat women. Don't know how to be a dad. All he do is, the trouble is always find him, and he gonna keep going over and over, doing this again. He better go to anger management to control his temper right there. And I applaud the mama, so we can hear what's going on in the house. That's all, Diva.
Thank you. I hope and pray, no, he's not a victim. And now I'm wondering if he did something to that cop first. Who Tyreek has a lot of problems, and we have seen that over time. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. I hope she really learned her lesson. The baby is still young enough. I don't think he was going to throw the baby over the balcony, but the fact that he walked out there with the baby in the balcony in his hand, and he's on the 35th floor, it made me nervous.
But what make her think that he's going to spend this much time with her baby when he's not spending much that time with those other kids?
But
Come on, girl.
they never think it's going to be them. That's the wild part. Listen, let me close out with this last story really quickly. And I ain't even going to read the whole article. Let me just share screen. So Toni Braxton married Birdman last summer, filed for divorce 2 weeks later, but then they both called it off in January of this year. So Toni Braxton and Birdman are married and have been for 8 months, though it seems the honeymoon period was pretty damn rough, okay? According to documents obtained by TMZ, Toni and Birdman quietly and very secretly obviously tied the knot on August 8th, 2024. Now here comes a shocker. We know that's when they got married because the wedding date is mentioned in the divorce docs. Toni filed 2 weeks later. Yeah, that's right. Toni's filing, which we also seen, lists their date of separation of August 10th. So they got married on August 8th. They got separated on August 10th. She filed for divorce 2 weeks later. And then here it is. Let me see. Where is that here? January 2025. They both said, you know what? We're going to go ahead and give this thing another try. So both of them went ahead and, dismissed the divorce petition. Listen, they seem like an odd couple to me, but if this is what they want to do, this is what they want to do. Julius, your thoughts?
They odd, but if they love the dysfunction, you know what? I'm minding my business and I love it. Just keep me out the group chat. Don't have me in the group chat 24/7 like Kim and Croy and what's the other one's names? It's so much. Yeah, just keep me out the group chat. But if they love the dysfunction, go ahead. I love it.
Thank you. In my opinion, your thoughts?
Listen here. So Tony ain't been real for I don't think never.
You said never.
Yeah, I don't think never. I think we got a representation on everything that Tony puts out, and that's with the reality show and her music. You get a representation. None of us know the real Tony. I seriously think them parents screwed all them Braxton kids up. That dysfunction that ran through mama and pastor tore them up. And the kids had to in turn become the parents. And we seeing what's happening. They all picked wrong. It's a whole hot mess. And if there was one black family that didn't need a reality show to show the dysfunction, it was definitely the Braxtons. It's chaotic. It's a hot mess. And every relationship that they're in is always a hot mess. I've not seen a successful relationship come out of the Braxtons ever. And that in itself is a bad sign. And that goes from the mama to the daddy to the children. But hey, that's who they pick. Okay? We're going to let them pick whoever they want to pick. But all I'm saying is if after 2 days you were checked out, I don't see it getting no better.
Leo, your thoughts?
Okay. I don't think it's listen. It's on brand for me. It's on brand for me. It is dysfunctional from the outside looking in. I totally agree. We have never seen the real Toni Braxton ever. Because I always go back to a very small comparison of Toni Braxton when she was on Broadway. She was doing Chicago and she was singing from her feet and not all this old breathy stuff that she do when she put out her music on the radio. See, there's a different side of Toni Braxton that we all don't know. And it's probably a different side of Birdman that we all don't know. I doubt if it have any more couth to it, but maybe. So I guess that's all I can say. I guess, girl.
I'm guessing with you. I'm guessing with you. Thank you, Leo.
Hold on just 1 second. But I do think the other reason why she keep it secret is she try to keep her sisters out her business too. Notice that it's not just about, she don't want to talk about it, not just with us, but she really don't want to talk about it with them sisters. Because remember, deep down, really, they don't like each other. That's all I got.
And that's facts. It's very sad, but it's facts. Katrina, your thoughts?
Yeah, they was jealous of Toni. Because she was the lead singer and they was backup. But they got the right name. Because both of them got bird brains. Didn't Toni Braxton lose one of her engagement rings once before? She said she lost it at the airport or something. Toni probably pulling that ring. Anyway, I think they both doing it to become relevant because Toni ain't been putting out no music and nobody really listens to Birdman music, because he just hop on the tracks with Lil Wayne or Young Thug or anybody like that because who's like listening to Birdman music? Man and Fresh left, he was the one with the beats. Lil Wayne was the one with the raps. Juvenile was the one that brought him out. So both of them trying to become relevant again, I guess, because she coming on this show. The show's coming back up, but to each his own. Let her go on with the man that can't even say three correctly. We good. We'll see what happens. Because, like I said, both of them got bird brains. But we'll see what happens. That's all, Diva.
Wayne, your thoughts?
Unfortunately, I don't keep up with the Braxtons. However, this is going to be right for them until it ain't right no more. It's going to be great till it ain't great no more. when great ain't good enough and right ain't right enough, they'll be right back at it. That's it.
Tay, your thoughts?
The first time she got engaged with him, she said she ain't go on bankrupt again. Is she like married to him? Last time she said that. Toni, it'd be better if you like be single, Toni. I love you, Toni. I love your music. I understand you want to keep it private. You don't want to tell your sisters about this right here. Because you know how your sister is. They always tell everything the business around. And I don't like Tamar because I don't like Tamar at all. All she do is just pop that lip thing. It just drives me nuts when she did that. I respect Toni. She want to keep it private. That's her business. That's her life right there. Who we gonna judge? If she want that man, she gonna have it. But I still blame her parents for this right here. That's all, Diva.
I appreciate you. Listen, guys, we had over the night on Cali. Listen, we had a good night. Some great stories. The judge is going to jail. What a fool. She of all people should have known better. But that just tells you that ignorance is ignorance. It doesn't matter what level. This woman is a judge. And she still thought she could get away with a crime. And there's many people that came in her court with a big dummy. And I feel sorry for the ex-boyfriend because now he's blind in one eye because of this 1-year relationship. And he told this woman she got to go. Stop moving people in your house. Tyreek Hill, unfortunately, maybe let me say fortunately, if this girl really stays away from him, she probably saved herself and her child. But what I think is unfortunate, that the name don't matter. The next person he get with is probably going to be the same story all over again. And Toni Braxton and Birdman, I wish you the best. Listen, guys, thanks for being here. If you know the routine, if you didn't hit that like button on the way in, hit the like button on the way out. Good night and goodbye, everybody.